Hi guys, it's only me, Simon from Audicity. We did our first AMA the other night and sort of had a brief explanation into our ecosystem and how we're planning everything to work. And I just wanted to highlight sort of what inspired us and why we're going to focus the way we're going to focus and why all of our products will benefit our users. As you all know, I'm from back in the days of LFC and very Ripple XRP inspired with everything in crypto, because I think they've got a phenomenal approach to how they build products and how they ship products and what those products can achieve. So when we come to Ripple build payment solutions for enterprise, and they're sort of trying to bridge the gap between traditional finance and the world of crypto using blockchain technology. It's been harped on about. We all know how it's done. We all know that they use XRP. It originally started as a product called XRapid, which was the use of XRP in the XRapid system, which then sort of evolved into the whole on-demand liquidity product, which means that they've got liquidity in the token and they can use it to ship value anywhere in the world. Now, it doesn't matter what you use. It doesn't matter what currency you use. It doesn't matter what crypto you use. You know, Ripple's solutions are all built for user experience, ease of use, reducing the cost of fees, and maximizing profit margins. And DeFi has missed this point where if you include as many people as possible and if you apply the same philosophy for user experience and for max traction, that you can drive people to products which benefit the user's end goal. So we've all seen sort of like what we're planning and we've all spoken about it. So we're going to start with the node platform. We're going to go into the NFT marketplace. We're then going to go into the DEX. Then we're going to go into the multi-chain bridge. Then we're going to go into the Audicity wallet. And then we're going to go into sort of all of these things are phased and mapped out. And the reason that we're doing this is because the user experience on the products that exist in the market at the moment are horrific. So we've seen it during the pre-sale where people have tried to get access to our nodes, where it's this step-by-step instruction guide and you have to jump through about 40 or 50 hoops to interact with DeFi. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody. And it's clunky. It's got that horrible feel to it. And it's the same with the NFT marketplaces. They haven't sort of cracked that user experience. It doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look great. And when I think about user experiences, I look to Web 2.0 and the most successful companies that exist in Web 2.0. So when we think about the traditional companies, I automatically think of Amazon and Netflix and all of the sort of big, simple products like Airbnb. And these know what you want. They use AI. They use sort of tracking and to give you a great user experience. And there isn't any reason why we can't apply these things to the world of DeFi. And there isn't any reason why we can't apply them to tools to make them as seamless as possible. Excuse me. So this is Netflix. So it's really clean. It's really crisp. You know exactly what it does in the title. You know exactly what it does when you get to the stage. And you know exactly what it does when you scroll through and you start to look. And everything is made so it is as easy and as seamless as possible to sign up, to get you watching, and to maximize your experience while you're on their platform. And it's exactly the same with Amazon. Amazon, again, it's great, it's fantastic. You've got things that we think you'll like, we've got things that you've watched, we've got things that aren't on Prime, we've got things that are on Prime. Again, it's this really clean, easy to use user interface which attracts more people because of the ease of use. So not only is it great marketing, but it's also a great experience when you're using it. When I want to watch something on TV and I'll just go to Netflix or I'll just go to Amazon and it'll come up with a list of suggestions. And all of that can still work in DeFi and it can all still work on decentralized platforms. At the end of the day, it still knows your wallet address. So AI can still say, you know, you've watched this. It doesn't know who you are, but it knows that that address has watched this. It knows that that address has bought this, and this. And that user experience can be implemented into these DeFi protocols to make them as max impact as they can. Also, when it comes to payment solutions, We've got things on different networks. So we've got some NFT platforms that run on Ethereum. We've got some that run on AVAX. We've got some that run on sort of Polygon. We've got some that run on any other network that you can think of. And again, hopping between those networks, moving currencies from one network to the other, it's just a nightmare to navigate. And it's never going to get mainstream, and it's never going to catch traction, and it's never going to do anything while it's so hard to use. Now, to me, it's easy. I bridge a currency, I send it to that network, I do this and I do that, and hey presto, we're good. If I gave the same set of instructions to my missus and said, can you just do this to this to this, it wouldn't work. I'd be asked 60 questions, I'd end up doing it myself anyway. Because coming from the crypto world and being aware of crypto, but actually using it are two completely different things. The term crypto is very mainstream now. Bitcoin's very out there, but the actual usability of these products are horrific. And they're not getting any better, and in some cases they're actually getting worse. So at Audicity, we're going to build great products. Yes, there is already NFT marketplaces. Yes, there is already decentralized exchanges. Yes, there is already all of these things, but they're not user-focused. They're not user-focused for the point where they don't look great, and they haven't got a corporate feel to them, and they haven't got that sort of niche market experience, and they also don't work great. They're very, very clunky, and they're very hard to utilize. And if we build the tools that people use, then obviously our community is just going to benefit from those tools. So our ecosystem works by everything funnels back to the node holders. So whatever revenue is generated in fees from whatever products that we build, it automatically in the code buys the token off the market and returns it to the rewards pool for the nodes. So now not only do you have to rely on just new node purchases to return your tokens to, or buybacks, we've got products that if we build right and make them user friendly and make them a great experience for the users, that they will attract attention. So our NFT marketplace will have as many market integrations as possible, as many payment solutions as possible. So even to the point that once the multi-chain bridges are developed, they can be integrated. So it doesn't matter what chain you're using or what currency you're using, it will just pathfind a way to buy that item with whatever currency that you have. And the same for the DEXs. You want to swap this for this, but you've only got this, it doesn't matter. We'll make a user experience as seamless as possible, so you can just move in between currencies. A lot of people don't like the Uphold sort of crypto platform as such, and I'm not going to get into that debate now. But Uphold have something that's called anything to anything, and it's a great tool where you can transfer any asset to any asset within their platform. And if we can replicate that user experience, and if we can make these tools so that they drive value in the fact that more and more people use them and it's got more and more users, and that's what we need to hit home on. We don't just want to attract people to a collection on our platform. We don't just want to attract people to using our platform. We want to attract interaction with our platform. So if we make it so it's very secure, if it's very fast, if it's very efficient, if it's very clean, if it's very good to look at, all of these things will just drive value to each and every one of those tools. Excuse me. So we're going to come back to, I mentioned Amazon earlier on, and I want to bring up a picture that was sort of circulating as Amazon were building. I don't know if any of you have seen this picture, but this picture is Jeff Bezos at his desk in Amazon in the early days. Now, his desk is a door that's propped up on legs and all the rest of it. And he didn't care about like the externals, he didn't care about the markets, he didn't care about the fundraising at this point. All he cared about at this time was building a product that people would use, and he applied his focus solely on doing that. So the same as us. I mean, I've only just started doing YouTube videos. They're not the most polished at the moment. You know, I haven't got great experience with marketing. I haven't got great experience with front-facing media. But as we grow, then all of these things will become more and more polished. Exactly the same. But my focus at the moment is on building the actual tools and the platforms that allow our platform to grow. And that's what we really want to focus on, because it is users. DeFi has left their users for dust. They make decisions without consultation. They just make rapid changes. And we don't want to do that. And everything we build has this core focus on our users. So everything feeds back to our users. And the better the UX and UI experience with all of our tools, the more functionality they've got, the more integrations they've got. Everything that we do will ultimately benefit everybody that's involved in our ecosystem. And that's what we're going to focus on as a team. We're all very passionate about it because we've all been in the same boat as you guys. You know, we've all had our hands burnt. We've all been wrecked. We've all been rugged. You know, you wake up one morning to find a project that you invested in disappeared. And when we want to build tools that automatically return, that takes a lot of that pressure off the team. Because if all of these things function as they should, the team's input will be maintaining those products. So as soon as they're built and they're maintaining and they're secure and they're growing and they're functioning exactly as they should, then it's just a natural ecosystem where the team has no involvement in buybacks and the team has no involvement in making sure that everything works for our users, because all of the things we build are automatically working for our users. So if we focus on the build exactly the same as Amazon did, and exactly the same as Netflix did, and exactly the same as LinkedIn did, and Airbnb and all the rest of them, then that will be good for all of our users. The other difference that I want to point out between us, and even though we are very, very inspired by Ripple, and I am personally inspired by Ripple because they have been transparent and forthcoming, and they've worked and worked and worked to build products that will maximize the impact for their users. And if you look here, you've got all of these companies which backed them. And this is the one thing that doesn't work in the world at the moment. So all of these Santander investors, Google Ventures, Capital Core Innovation, Andreessen Horowitz, CME Group, all of these, they're all VC capital venture funds. And they've all backed and maximally profited, and they will maximally profit from Ripple's endeavors. Because as that company grows and grows and grows and becomes worth hundreds of billions, which it will do, you know, there's no doubt about that. They're already valued at, 10, 15 billion or whatever it is, and they're only going to grow as their use case comes into play. But all of these companies will benefit. But we don't want companies to benefit. The reason we're building this the way we're building it is so that the only people that really benefit from our ecosystem is our users and the people that support our ecosystem. And we're going to drive that home, and we're going to build, and we're going to prove a point, and we're going to be transparent with market reports, exactly the same as the company that sort of inspired us to get off the bench. I did a video called "It's Time to Get Off the Bench," and that was for many reasons. We've been used and abused, and we can do a better job. We can just do a better job. So we'll create great products that anybody can use. We'll integrate as many payment solutions as possible. We'll drive as much traffic as we can. We'll use whatever AI we can in our products that make a seamless experience for our users. And then all of that will benefit you guys in the long run. I hope this is sort of giving you an insight into why we're doing it and what we're doing it for. And I hope you join us. So all the links for the company and everything are in the links for the video. And I hope you enjoy it. And any feedback is much appreciated. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.